Welcome to Module and Chapter 4. Chapter 4 offers a comprehensive examination of the cycle of planning, implementation, and evaluation that's part of the organizational life of the public sector. As the authors note, developing policies and programs, putting them into operation, and measuring the level of their success creates an important and recurring cycle for public administrators, one that has taken on increased importance as managers have been asked to do more with less. This chapter is going to elaborate on the logic and details underlying these activities and provides guidance on the specific activities and methods employed by administrators involved in this cycle. The chapter describes a variety of technical aids that have been developed during the last decade to help public managers plan, implement, and evaluate skills that they need to acquire in addition to knowledge of the political and ethical context of public administration and certain personal and interpersonal skills. The authors point out that as citizens, lawmakers, and other stakeholder groups increasingly hold agencies accountable not only for how efficiently they use public resources but also for how effective they are in achieving public outcomes, these techniques offer new methods through which public organizations can account for their actions. These techniques link the actions of public organizations with specific measurable results, and through the use of these techniques, public managers can better account for both their own efforts and the impact their efforts have in any given policy area or program. Each of the three areas is examined in detail. The chapter differentiates the rationale and process of strategic planning versus long-range planning, offers insight into preparation for planning activities, and outlines the specific steps in the planning process. Because the planning process in the public sector often identifies the need for new policies, the process of policy analysis is also discussed, including the logic of policy analysis and the specific steps or stages that a comprehensive policy analysis should take. An exploration of implementation, or the action phase, focuses on the close connection between planning and execution and includes an examination of organizational design, system analysis, and re-engineering as tools for taking action. Finally, the chapter turns its focus to evaluation, the process of assessing whether program goals and objectives have been achieved in a way that is both efficient and effective. This section offers discussions on program evaluation and evaluation and design techniques, including an exploration of both the qualitative and quantitative techniques available to the public administrator. The authors emphasize that while the phases in the cycle of planning, implementation, and planning may be less distinct in practice than in theory, public managers need to be familiar with all three and devote time to each phase. It's also noted that managers need to keep in mind that the cycle involves human processes, and so are subject to the shifting values, attitudes, and behaviors of the people involved. The techniques described in this chapter will be successful only when managers use them with full regard for democratic values, clear leadership, and humane management. So hopefully this gives you a quick overview of Chapter 4. Onward!